In the English language, some words just pull more weight than others. Today, we're taking a deep dive into a tiny word you probably use 100 times a day. And I think you'll be pretty surprised to learn just how much it's actually doing. So let's just jump right in with a question. If you had to guess, what do you think is the hardest working word in all of English? I mean, there are a lot of good contenders, but the one we're going to focus on today, it's a real powerhouse. And that word is do. Yeah, I know it looks so simple, right? But this little two-letter word is an absolute shapeshifter, taking on way more roles than you'd ever expect. So let's break down exactly how it pulls this off. Okay, first up, let's talk about the most common job do has. It's a helper. Or if you want to get fancy, what linguists call an auxiliary verb. This is pretty much its bread and butter. So what does that actually mean? Well, as a helper, do doesn't carry the main action itself. Instead, it kind of jumps in to support the main verb and change how a sentence works. Think of it as the ultimate sidekick. For example, take a simple question like, where do you live? Here, do is absolutely essential. You can't just say, where you live, right? It just sounds wrong. Do has to step in to make that question grammatically work. And it's just as crucial for making things negative. Don't is really just do not, all squished together. I mean, imagine trying to say that without do. It gets really awkward, really fast. Oh, and this is a great one. We use do for emphasis all the time. It's that word you grab when you want to push back on something or really insist that something is true. You think I don't know? Oh, but I do. That little word just packs a serious punch. But here's the thing. Do isn't just a helper. Sometimes it gets to be the star of the show. It takes center stage as the main verb, the headliner. And in this role, do isn't supporting some other verb. Nope, it is the action. It's what's actually being performed or completed in the sentence. For instance, if we say Mary is doing her homework, the word doing is the specific action she's performing. It's not helping another verb. It is the main verb. Simple as that. And it's not just for tasks. It can also mean to create or produce something. In a sentence like, he did a picture of a tree, did just means he drew it or painted it. Again, it's the primary action. Okay, this slide really puts it all together perfectly. Look at the left. Does John live here? Here, does is just helping the main verb, live. But now look at the right. What do you do? This is the cool part. The first do is the helper, setting up the question. But the second do, that's the main action. It's asking about your job. Two do's doing two different jobs in one tiny sentence. All right, so just when you think you've got it all figured out, helper verb, main verb, got it? Well, do has a surprise twist. It has a secret identity that, get this, has nothing to do with verbs at all. Yep, you heard that right. The word do can also be a noun. It can refer to a thing. And it's a pretty common usage that just kind of flies under the radar for most of us. For example, in this sentence, a do is just a casual way of saying a hairstyle or a hairdo. It's a noun. It's a thing you can get at a salon. That's a completely different job for the exact same little word. And of course, we see it all the time in the phrase do's and don'ts. The do's are the correct rules or actions to follow. It's even pluralized with an S, just like any other regular noun. Wild, right? So this brings up the big question. Why? I mean, why is this one tiny word so incredibly versatile? How on earth did it end up with so many different and really important jobs? Well, the answer is fascinating, and it connects all of these different jobs together. The incredible versatility of do, well, it wasn't an accident. It was actually by design. See, there's this thing called the Basic English 850. It's a core list of 850 words that was put together back in the 1930s. The whole idea was to create a simple but still totally functional version of English that would be easier for people to learn all around the world. So just think about that for a second. The word do was intentionally put on this core list precisely because it's a multi-tool. It's like the Swiss Army knife of words. It allows a language learner to say a whole lot with just a few keywords, which makes it one of the most efficient and powerful words you can possibly learn. So let's just recap. When you really think about it, the amount of utility packed into this one word is just incredible. It asks our questions, it creates negatives, it adds emphasis, it can be the main action, and it can even be a thing, like a hairstyle or a rule. Do pretty much does it all. And it just goes to show you that sometimes the smallest, most common words we use are secretly the most powerful. It really makes you wonder, what other linguistic powerhouses are we overlooking every single day, hiding right there in plain sight?